The PS4 Pro is Sony's supercharged version of the PS4. Not a true next generation machine in terms of features or horsepower, but a high performance variant designed to dish out smoother frame rates, 4K pictures and high dynamic range known as the HDR. All the time, if you want a console that plays 4K Blu-rays in all their HDR glory, you'll have no choice but to join the one and only Microsoft team. Hey guys, welcome back to this new video. This is the unboxing cabin. Let's get started. Up front on the box itself, we have the Sony branding, which means to say that we have a Sony product inside. The PlayStation symbol, which means to say it's the PS4 Pro and not the slim version. It supports the 4K HDR gaming. This console is in the jet black version and supports 1 TB of storage. Taking a look at the back of the box, we have some specifications about the box as well as the PlayStation VR, which most of us won't pay attention on. And taking a look on the other side of the box, it's the same as you find on most other boxes. Sony PlayStation symbol. Now let's go ahead and unbox the box itself. This is the PlayStation 4 Pro. Let's go ahead and open the box. And we are greeted with the paperwork. It comes in a blue documented thing. And yes, they have taken care of it by putting it into the plastic. Let's take a look at it from another angle. Yeah, this is it. And yeah, we do have the quick startup guide. And what's this? Oh, it's another language. And I'm sure you and I won't be knowing what it is, but the ones who need to know won't be watching this video. Anyways, take a look at another angle of the paperwork. Now, let's go ahead and unbox the box further. And yes, we are greeted with two other boxes. The first, which I'm assuming to be the accessory box, and the one below it assuming to be the console itself. Now, let's take a look at another angle of the box because Sony does have a lot of love with boxes, I'm sure. And going ahead to unbox it, I can see some wires inside the box, and yes, we have the AC power cord. This is used in order to supply electricity to the PlayStation. Up next, we have the USB cable. This is used between your controller and the PlayStation in order to charge it up. Up next, we have the earphones. This is going to be used as a mic as well. It's not that of a great quality, but will surely do the job. Last but not the least, we do have the HDMI cable, and I'm sure this is not going to be of Sony's, which you will have to purchase it later. And yes, we have the controller itself. This is the new DualShock wireless controller, and I'll give you a bit briefing to it later. Now let's get the controller out of the plastic so that you can see how well the controller looks in my hand. Definitely it's not going to complement my hand, but yes, the controller does look very premium, does look very clicky, and yes, the buttons are playing a good job here. I do like to click them out. The analog sticks are quite good. You feel them very lovely. Sony tweaked the DualShock 4 controller for the Pro and Slim releases. The new version is now the standard model. It's easily Sony's best ever controller, with comfortable, accurate analog sticks, analog triggers and left and right bumpers, and the addition of a translucent area at the top of the touchpad that lets light from the light bar show through. Sony has replaced the touch-sensitive power and eject buttons of the original PS4 with mechanical efforts, just as it has on recent PS4 revisions. This is an improvement despite the slightly cheap feel of the buttons, but they remain a bit awkward to find in a hurry. Now let's go ahead and remove the console out of the box itself. Yes, it's taking pretty much time. The box is really very heavy. And yes, it's a premium looking setup. 2 boxes on the side to protect the PlayStation console from getting any damage, and it's covered in a nice plastic paper. Yes, it is a premium looking covering. Let's take a look at the back of the console. What do we have here? Yes, we have the PlayStation symbol, which means to say that Sony does play a lot of attention on detail, which means if they need to do a logo on the front, they will do it on the back, and this shows how much they love their products. On top we have the PlayStation symbol, which is in silver. Now let's take a look at the back of the console. We have many ports over here. First up we have the HDMI port, the camera port, the optical image port, and the USB port, including the LAN, and not forgetting the power cord itself. So this was the unboxing video of the PS4 Pro. Hope you all liked this video, and if you all did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It will be of a great help for me. Now I'll give you the review of the PS4 Pro. Do go ahead and watch it to the end of the video. While it's no longer the most powerful console on the planet, the PlayStation 4 still dishes out astounding looking games. In fact, you could argue that it hits the sweet spot on price and performance, both for owners of 1080p and 4K screens. If you're used to the standard PS4 or the dinky Xbox One S and Xbox One X, then the PS4 Pro is one hefty matte black slab of console. It's taller, wider and deeper than the current PS4 model. And while the One X sits slightly taller, the Pro is wider and deeper. It has the same parallelogram profile, but now with 3 levels of depth to the design. Plus, the same matte plastic throughout the case and rounded corners. It makes a little more fan noise than the old PS4 or the Xbox One S, but not enough to be annoying. Tucked away in your AV stack or beneath your TV, it's a surprisingly discreet unit. There are 2 USB ports at the front, handy for charging controllers, plus a third at the rear, where it's particularly useful for USB hard drives or for connecting PlayStation VR. There's also a specific connector for the PlayStation camera, plus an Ethernet out, an HDMI out, and a digital optical output, where the smaller PS4s can get all the power they need for a slim figure 8 cable. The PS4 Pro demands a chunky nickel lead. In truth, the light bar doesn't get a lot of love or use in most PS4 games, and the same goes for the touchpad. Once pushed as a major plus for navigating in-game interfaces, but these days virtually is ignored. However, the light bar does play a role in PSVR games, particularly if you're playing without move or aim controllers. The PlayStation camera can use it to track the position of the DualShock 4, turning it into a relatively capable motion controller. You would think that with its 4K slant, the PS4 Pro would be a great console for fans of 4K video. Sadly, this is one area where there's some disappointment. For cost reasons, Sony didn't fit a 4K Blu-ray drive, something you can find in both the Xbox One S and One X. The console is still happy to play Blu-ray discs, and upscaled Blu-rays continue to look good on a 4K screen. However, the PS4 Pro is no longer the undisputed console champion. But if you're looking for a step up in the 4K gaming, it's still the best deal on the market. Hey guys, if you all enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit that notification bell so that in case I post another video, you will be notified instantly. And if you all enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, share and like.